Hello, and thank you for having me here today. We have been hearing a lot about the incredible disruption currently happening within the automotive industry. From autonomous vehicles to new mobility solutions, our industry is innovating rapidly. And no disruption is more exciting and impactful than electrification. I am Giovanni Palazzo, President and CEO of Electrify America. We are the largest open DC fast charging network in the United States. I join you today from Electrify America's Center of Excellence Technology Lab here in Virginia, where on a normal day, our engineer and software teams are busy at work researching and testing the latest EV technology with automakers, suppliers, and developers. Our goal is to create solutions that work for any EV in the market. Investment and progress in electrification continues to be front and center in the automotive world, and nothing could make me and my team happier. When thinking about electrifying transportation, it's easy to just talk about the amazing new EVs that automakers are offering. And they truly are getting more impressive with every announcement. Body shape, range, efficiency, and pricing. But that's much more to the EV ecosystem than just these fantastic vehicles. Recent significant research identifies that public charging availability and charging speed remain the most critical barriers to EV adoptions. That's right, it's still all about charging, and that's where Electrify America comes in. I'm sure many of you have thought about the challenges EV need to overcome to gain momentum in the marketplace. And it's true, there are challenges. Today, I'm excited to lead a fresh and honest conversation about charging and what it will take for our industry to become even more electric. As part of that, I have 4 questions to help guide our thinking. So let's dive in the first one. What will it take to get America to switch to electric vehicles? Policy can play a huge role in driving an EV future. We all saw Governor Newsom's order to move California away from gas-powered vehicle sales by 2035. California has joined a growing list of countries and local governments who have announced regulations to transition away from gas vehicles to achieve lower CO2 emissions. From regulation to incentives, policy can be a powerful tool in raising awareness and making EVs more attractive. But it's just one piece of a very complex puzzle, and policy alone won't get consumers ready for an EV lifestyle. What remains essential is the availability of more public charging and realizing that consumers want to feel as if they can find a charging station as easily as they can find a gas station. In fact, the California Energy Commission and many others agree that at the current pace of growth, the industry will not have enough public chargers to handle an aggressive transition to electric mobility. But the good news is that we are making great progress on that barrier. Our collective goal should be to lead a shift where consumers evolve from feelings of range anxiety to a true understanding of range confidence. And rapidly innovating and growing charging solution can help do just that. But the stations are just one part of the equation. Drivers also want an efficient charging experience where they won't have to wait for hours. The need for a faster, more effective charging experience is still limiting EV adoption. No question about it. That's why we need to think about the EV ecosystem holistically. The beauty of EVs is that unlike gas-powered cars, They give drivers real choices in how and when we power our vehicles, which is why we need to concentrate on every aspect of charging. I believe there are 5 key elements for success. First is the clear need for more public charging for passenger vehicles, like you can see in the growth of Electrify America. Second is the important aspect of home charging, where more than 80% of daily charging is done today. Third, we must prepare for the next frontier with charging solutions for commercial and fleet as we start to see trucking and delivery sector go electric. Fourth, very important, is energy and grid services and how we work with utilities to develop and deploy new technologies like battery storage and charging with renewables. And finally, education and awareness. We need to increase all the efforts to educate consumers on charging EVs. They need to know it's as easy as refilling at a gas station or charging your cell phone. We can't just concentrate on one area to succeed. We have to do a lot of work, but as a company and an industry, we are making incredible progress. Today, EV sales are still only about 2% of new car sales. To achieve more rapid growth, we need the involvement and support of all the players in the space. And that brings me to my second question. How does the entire charging ecosystem contribute to accelerating EV adoption? As you can see, the charging value chain is complex and requires many different stakeholders to succeed. Let's take a look. We develop EV charging hardware and electronics with manufacturers. We create our own software with suppliers to develop our apps and ensure easy communication with vehicles. Utility companies play a vital role in supporting our operational power needs. We work to find real estate partners like retailers, banks, and grocery stores to house and help promote the stations. Then there is the coordination with state and local governments, all of which offer different regulations, initiatives, and incentives. And of course, the automakers and their customers, who we need to work hand in hand with. No one single company can transform the US to electric mobility on its own. To succeed as a united industry, it is going to take all these parties continuing to innovate and continue to grow. And out of that growth, as usual, even more opportunities will arise. All these topics are at the core of Electrify America's mission, triggering my third question. How can Electrify America help lead this revolution to drive EV adoption? We are the largest open DC fast charging network in the US. We recently celebrated the opening of our 500th station nationally in just 2.5 years. We plan to have about 800 stations with around 3,500 DC fast chargers by the end of 2021. Our chargers are exclusively 150 and 350 kilowatts, the fastest in the US. We are laser focused on creating solutions that not only meet today's needs, but also lay the groundwork for the future. We are doing that by concentrating on all of the 3 areas that will drive EV adoption in the near term. That, of course, includes expanding our public network through Electrify America. We are also proud to have launched Electrify Home, which helps empower EV drivers through home charging solutions. And most recently, we introduced Electrify Commercial to prepare for the electrification of commercial fleets. These three key areas of our company will work together to boldly increase EV adoption in this country. To do it right, we look at all the pain points within the charging ecosystem and then developed the following brand pillars: availability of a dense, big network, clear and easy accessibility for all, convenience, unmatched speed, and lastly, but very importantly, reliability. The future is already inspiring us. This is why we invest in advanced technologies like plug and charge, which makes charging and payment as simple as plugging in your EV. We will launch plug and charge technology on our chargers very soon, ready for use in the coming months with plug and charge capable EVs like the Ford Mustang Mach-E, the Porsche Taycan, and the Lucid Air. It's exciting to have one eye on today and one eye towards tomorrow. And we will continue to innovate as we do our part in driving EV adoption. On that note, I have one final question for you all. Is the creation of an EV charging network someone else's problem? And I'm here to tell you, absolutely not. Every stakeholder needs to recognize their part to make this entire ecosystem succeed. From automakers to utilities to regulators, we all play a key role in bringing electric mobility to life. I have been working in the EV business for over 15 years, and believe me, I cannot wait to see how the industry continues to grow and evolve over the next months and years. The future is exciting, it's bright, and of course electric. And the future has already started. Thank you.